Welcome back, everybody, to the F1 Money Gang. I'm here, joining me, F1 Capper, Mac, and our special host from the UK, Renegade. What's going on, guys?
What is up?
Are you guys excited about Silverstone?
Oh yeah, definitely. Always excited for Silverstone. I do like this track. Yeah,
one of the most iconic.
It's a good track.
Yeah, Renegade. How is the buzz over there in the UK, man?
It's good. It's good.
Are you
good weather for properly?
Are you gonna go, or you don't know yet?
No. I'm not gonna go. I remember when they released the tickets, the site crashed and they put them up 50% the day after. I remember that.
Yeah. I do remember somebody was posting that online, but that's one of the tracks I really want to go to visit one day. Hopefully I can, but my first stop would be Austin first, so I could go see Capper. That's for sure, or Miami.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, before we start, I want to go and share one of our new partners, FanAmp. It's a new, I don't want to call it a betting app, but it's a new community app where you guys can go and you could look at all social news, interactive features. They have a lot of private messaging with your friends, talk about F1. You could find groups and communities. There's live chat going on 24/7. You could read different headlines, different articles, tweets from all accounts all around the world, stats, results from races. They have different polls and quizzes. So please join the FanAmp. Link is in the description. And we are very excited to have a partnership with the FanAmp guys. It's a really cool group of guys. So let's get started here. And I think, Capper, you're going to give us a little intro of the Silverstone track.
Oh, yeah. So we got the hardest sets of compounds, C1, C2, C3. We're talking about a front limited track. So for any new F1 bettor or anyone that's following that means that it's going to really put a lot of pressure on your front tires, whether it's left or right. Actually, I love how Pirelli is now putting the images of the cars, as you can see up there. So you can see like a lot of it is going to put a lot of stress on the front left tires. So that's what it means when it's front limited. Downforce, most teams, I should say, they will probably opt for a little bit more higher downforce. Some may try to go for lower. That's what's going to be tricky about this weekend is you want to try to maximize the speed, but you also are going to need it for the fast turns as well. And then tire deg is going to be pretty critical here. So 52 laps. But yeah, I think this is going to be very, very interesting. Probably, I would say, the most recent comparison, at least from what I've been using, has been Spanish Grand Prix. So, but yeah, excited.
Awesome. Well, and that brings me up to Discord. Lots of live action. Link is in the description, guys. Get in the Discord. We have our community bet, which is now at 21-5 all time, 7-2 on the season, or like Cap will say, it's 8-1, thanks to his boys Alpine.
8-1.
You know what? You can sit there and tell me there was 2 losses, but we had that win.
Yeah. So, then let's start with you, Cap. For this week, what are you eyeing? What are you liking? What do you bet? What are you planning on betting? What's going on?
Yeah. So going back to the whole tire deg, I've been very skeptical about wanting to hop on that Ferrari train. I know that they look good in Austria. We kind of expected that. That was a track that kind of suited them well. But again, this is more of a front limited track. This may fit their car and what they can do. However, I'm just still concerned about their tire deg. So without seeing anything, I am treading lightly with them as we go through the practices. I am bullish on Mercedes still. I think they just have the right car and the right setup for this weekend. And again, I'm using Spanish Grand Prix as kind of a benchmark here recently. So for me, I am eyeing the one Hamilton over Alonso for the race. I still I want to see as we get into the weekend. Of course, I like to see F1 or FP1, FP2, FP3 to see like how are they actually tracking with their tire deg. But that car for Alonso and Stroll has been pretty draggy, so I think that's going to affect them throughout the entire race. I just think that's going to impact how much speed they can get, their tire deg. Like the last race, they were able to do better than Mercedes on the mediums. However, they didn't really do much better than them on the hards, and we are expecting to see the hards in this one. So I am going to say Hamilton. Yeah, chalk it up, man.
There you go. Yeah, I like it. Well, let's go to our man Integrity. What about you, my man? Anything you like? Anything you've seen? Anything you bet already?
I'm here. Oh yeah, I'm here. Free Money Friday. We actually had a pretty good one last week. Unfortunately, Bottas kind of let us down, but we were about. If you were in the core, we went right back at it. The Bottas lovers out again, so we got our money back from that. And then of course we cashed the Charles top 3. A nice little 1.5 unit profit on the day, and we're gonna move it right back. This week we're gonna get a little spicy with it. Something I don't normally do, but we're gonna do a head-to-head parlay. Right now we're looking at Lewis over George, and then we're going to do Lando over Oscar Pastrami. And basically, I just don't trust George in FP1. He's been pretty atrocious all year. He's just really not had it to start the weekend. Lewis, not a world beater himself, but he's been better than George. Lando, of course, just better than his teammate. And he's got a weak experience on the upgrades. Probably a little more comfortable with the car than Oscar is. So feeling pretty good about that one. Right now it's priced at, I got it at minus 125. If you have the ability to shop around and parlay some head-to-heads yourself, I'd probably recommend doing that. Just my math, you should be able to get it closer to like 105, 110. But if not, like me, I can't be, beggars can't be choosers, so I take what they offer me.
Yeah.
So we're going to roll with it. Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to do that. And that's on the Bovada. Again, minus 125. We're going to bet to 1-1.
All right, nice. Yeah, I have noticed that if you go through different sports books and try to even, because this on Bovada is already a requested bet. So if you go into sports books like PointsBet or BetMGM, you could probably get better odds. I'm not sure again, but just kind of look around, shop around. You could probably, like you said, you could get odds of 195, which is minus 105 here. All right, that's awesome, man.
Yeah,
we're gonna look for more bets.
Oh yeah.
All right, well, Renegade, tell us how you doing, man. What's going on? What's the buzz over there in the UK?
Yeah, well, excited about the weather, that's for sure. Because if it's a wet race, always good at Silverstone. We saw it last year in qualifying. Yeah, it might make for a bit more unpredictable grid.
All right. Is there something that you're like looking at already? What's a bet that you like this week?
So I think focusing on the McLarens this week. So I put both McLaren drivers to finish in the top 10 in the points. Like that's the price at Bovada at the moment, 3.75. I think in Europe is around more 3.5. But if we saw Lando Norris last week with the upgrades, he finished fifth, I believe. Before all the penalties got issued after.
No one knows where he actually finished at.
No one knows where he finished.
Everything was graded way before that.
It was definitely the top 10 anyway. But
yeah. Let's just say he was in top 5 when the race ended. Checkered flag. So
before the podium. Before the podium.
Yeah.
But he had the upgraded McLaren. He's going to get an even more upgraded McLaren. Piastri gets the first set of upgrades that Norris had in Austria. So if the McLaren still has the same performance as did it in Austria, then Piastri should be challenging in for the top 10 quite easily.
Yeah, I know there
Yeah,
has been a lot of buzz, but Cap, go ahead. I know you had.
Yeah, no, we've been talking about McLaren for weeks. Renegade, as many of y'all know, is my F1 therapist, and the fact that he is jumping on this says a lot. Is all I'm going to say. He's all in now. He's pushed his chips in, so I think it is a good bet. It's a strong bet, especially with like Alpine. Do you really trust Gasly? Do you think he's actually going to be in the top 10?
I do.
I'm just saying, but yeah, I think it's like that car, especially for this weekend, just is set up well.
This week, I'm actually gonna go into with my man Gasly, and he's also Jinxie's favorite driver to bet on. But I'm going to go with Pierre Gasly. This is a qualifying bet, just so you know. This is Pierre Gasly to beat Oscar Piastri and Albon. I was looking at how the season has gone so far. During qualifying, Piastri has finished in Q3 only 4 times out of the 9 races so far, in which in 3 of those Q3s he finished in the 10th place, which means that he did the worst out of anybody there. And one of them was in 9th place. Albon has actually shown a lot of promise as of late. He has been in Q3 3 races so far this season out of the 9, in which in 2 of them he was in 10th place. And Gasly has been consistently in Q3 this year. He's been on there 6 times. In 3 occasions he missed. The first one was in Bahrain, where he actually in Q1 he had a time to be in P5, but the track got deleted. The time got deleted, and then I was looking at the other one in Baku, where he crushed during Q1 right after Nick De Vries, so he finished in P19. And in Canada, he got majorly screwed by Sainz when Sainz impeded him, and he was on pace to be in the top 5 in Q1, and he did not have enough time to go and do another lap. So Gasly has been a consistent Q3 guy. As you know, Alpine is very strong when it comes to downforce tracks, and they have done historically well. As you know, that Williams so far have not done too good when there's a high downforce track, so I like that. And Piastri, I know there's a lot of hype that they're gonna have a lot of upgrades. I just cannot trust the guy yet. Yes, he has done really well recently. I think he's got a lot of talent, but I think the Gasly can beat both of them in the qualifying. So at odds 185, which is I think minus 115, you could probably shop around and find it. But Gasly to beat Oscar Piastri and Alex Albon is my favorite pick so far for the weekend. All right, so let's go back to everybody. What do you guys have? Do you have any other favorite bets? Anything else that you're eyeing? Like either qualifying bet or race bet? Anything you guys like? Capper, what about you?
Well, so I've already put some FP. I think I got the top 3 for Norris, and then to win, I wouldn't recommend it unless you can get it at like 40 to 1 or more for like each way. Top 3 to win FP1, more than 14 to 1 at this point. But I just saw right now Bovada just started posting out non-teammate head-to-head. So again, I'm looking at the theme of Mercedes over Aston Martin. So that could even include like a Russell over Alonso, just depending on the odds. But I also know that some of the guys were talking about the red flag. You guys remember that one, right? The red flag with the 3.5, I think it was, or something like that, plus 250. Yeah. So with all the protests, whatever their name is, I don't even know their damn name, but there's talks about them protesting and running onto the track, which would cause a red flag. So if that were the case, Apparently, it happened at Wimbledon, and it could happen, and they're threatening to make it happen for the race as well. So, and I think they did that last year as well. So, getting him at plus odds, I think, is well worth it. So,
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about your Leclerc bet that you mentioned earlier. Leclerc over Alonso. Can you speak about that one a little bit?
oh yeah. No, so yeah, that goes back to what I saw from the Spanish Grand Prix. It just didn't seem like Aston Martin had all the capabilities that they needed to be better than Ferrari, to be better than Mercedes. And Leclerc's, I mean, he was no slouch here. He should probably won last year here, actually, assuming that Max didn't have that problem. But the late safety flag just came out, and Sainz just got the advantage. They kept him on the hards, and then they put Sainz on the softs, and he ended up losing just because of that. So I think Leclerc knows his track, likes the track. I do think that the Ferrari is getting better. I don't know about their tire deg, but I still think that they would be better than Alonso here.
Okay, all right. Chris, what about you? Anything else that you're eyeing at the moment?
I saw one. It's one I've kind of gone back to constantly. It's the winner of the race to start at pole. Right now, it's minus 170. I think Max has 6-9 this year. So you're basically saying Max won the race, and at minus 170, you're just never going to get anywhere close to that. And I want to do something a little fun. I know last year we used to have what we call my plums bet. And if you're not familiar with the group, basically it's what digit number the ending winning time is going to be in the race. So we haven't done that in a while. So what I did, got us a nice little spinning wheel. We're going to spin this bad boy, and we're going to trust the racing gods to lead us to a plus 850. So let's give it a roll. How about it?
All right, let's see there. And the number is, I can't see it very well on the camera, but
Is that 5?
8.
Is it 8?
Right? Is it 8 or 7?
It's an 8.
Yeah.
So how many thousandths of a second would the winning time be? 8 at plus 850. If
Okay.
you want to fade the racing gods, so be it.
All right.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Oh, that is too funny. Too funny, man. I like that. We should do this more often. I was gonna
The plums, man, the plums.
do that one on TikTok. I seen some people do like the filters, and they say, okay, so whoever driver it lands on, this is who I'm gonna bet to win. It's probably a waste of money, but you might get like a Logan Sargent. It's a waste of money, but it's a fun
at
bet.
least you got a shot on this one, you know.
Yeah. With that one, you do.
At least you got a shot.
Oh man, too funny. What about you? Do you like anything Renegade? Anything from your side?
Well, yeah, I like the red flag one as well. I don't want to repeat, but they did it in 2021. 2022 last year. In 2020, they put a banner up when there was no crowds. I'm pretty sure they'll get on track. So I think it's worth a little sprinkle on red flag.
Yeah,
And also, there could just be a red flag anyway.
yeah, and I think Renegade, you were the one that brought that up initially, right? I think it was you when we.
Yeah, I saw some people discussing it. I thought I haven't seen any. I'll just type in the name on Google and then Silverstone. I was like, oh yeah, there's news.
Yep.
Oh, it might happen again. So yeah, just take it.
Yep.
Yeah,
No,
I
it's a good-
haven't
good one.
really followed that. Just stop the oil. I started seeing on Twitter people tagging and stuff, and I guess it's a bigger deal. I mean, I'm being honest, I've never heard of it until this week, and I guess it's a bigger deal over there or something. What is that all about?
So basically, this is going to sound very strange in the US, but basically the main thing is they go into central London and they just walk very slowly in the road in protest of oil, and obviously that angers motorists a lot.
Huh. All right.
As you would if you're just traveling, but also live events like this, and they just throw orange powder everywhere.
Yeah, because I seen some videos of people with
yeah.
spray guns. Did you see the one
Yeah.
guy just was going ham at these buildings, And I was like,
I think I thought
on?
it was like one went to like some Ferrari building or something like that, and like threw like some paint on there. I was like, what the hell's going on? But if you tried that in America, if you try to walk slow in America, just be ready. The guns are coming out.
And we also have like big trucks.
Yeah.
And most of the people who drive those big trucks, they don't really give a shit about
They wouldn't last more than like 10 minutes here where I'm at. No way.
Yeah. No. That's too funny. Well, on my side, I was looking at another bet that was also for the qualifying, and it was a group bet. It was a Sergio Perez and to beat Charles and Lewis at plus 175. I mean, we saw the Sergio got reborn last week, and he's still driving one of the two best cars on the grid, and I can never trust the Ferraris, even though they have shown a lot of progress since their upgrades and stuff. And I know that the Mercedes is also coming up with some extra upgrades, but that's one that I think like Sergio has just looked like, even though I dogged him last podcast, I said that he's not very good. He just he's just wasting this car, but he showed us that he started at 15th, I think he was, and he finished in the top 3 after the penalties, of course. But I think I like that at plus 175 to get a Red Bull to beat a Ferrari and a Mercedes. Maybe I'm a sucker, but also I don't know. What do you guys think? Any input?
Well, he doesn't have track limits to worry about this week.
Yeah, no track limits. He should do fine here. There should be no reason that Perez can't be in the top 4. I say top 4. That's kind of wild, but yeah, like everything being discussed, everything being said, we've heard the news about like Aston Martin, Mercedes, Ferrari, all 3 are bringing upgrades. I think Red Bull is bringing something minor, but that's just to show like how good they are. So they should still always be in the top 4. They will never have to worry about tire deg. You just have to worry about incompetency in driving, which goes back to Checo. If he just keeps it right, keeps it clean, doesn't need to he just needs to be patient. If he just can be patient, he will be able to get past people pretty quick in that car, so he doesn't need to worry about that.
Yeah. And I want to bring up something that Lights Out have posted in the Discord. And if you're not in the Discord, please get in. He's got a lot of plays on there. Some are price picks and underdog, and some are sports books. But I am going to give you one on his FP1. He's got Max winning it at minus 133. That's for tomorrow morning for FP1. He also has another one. Gasly over Ocon at plus 110 at bet 365. He says that they were both decent here last year and both exited early from the race through no fault of their own. Slightly leaned Gasly as he was competitive in a slower car. It looks like he's like me. He likes Gasly this week. So I'm okay with that. He also has another FP1 play, which is Hamilton over Russell at minus 155 odds at MGM. And some of his price picks here for the first pit stops are Nico Hulkenberg under 3.3 seconds, and Nick De Vries under 2.95 seconds, Max Verstappen over 2.35 seconds, and Hamilton over 2.7 seconds. Those are his price picks updates, and I think that he's gonna post as the weekend goes on his underdog lines. So make sure you guys are in the Discord. And Jinxie, I want to mention, he had a play for FP1. He also has Alonso over George Russell at minus 120 at MGN. And for the actual race, he has Ferrari to finish in the top 6 at minus 136 on all Canby Sportsbooks. So this is some of our other cappers, what they have posted into the Discord. I want to also mention, while we are on the underdog, make sure you guys join. If you're not an underdog yet, link is in the description, or use our sign-up code F1 Money Gang. They will match your first deposit of up to $100. And like I mentioned, Lights Out, and there's other smart guys who post gems in the Discord. There's a lot of lots of lineups over the weekend, all around all kinds of sports. So if you're not on Underdog, please join in. Link is in the description. With that said, is there any like long shots you guys are eyeing? Anything other fun before we close this off?
Yeah.
Outside of Lando Norris winning FP1.
No. There was one fun one. If you want to have fun with it, that is. Well, all the Lando Norris ones are fun too. But this one's a long shot. FP1 reverse forecast. Hamilton and Russell at 100 to 1.
At 100 to 1, you said?
Yeah, 100 to 1.
Okay, 100.
That's just FP1. Both of them reverse forecast. Obviously, there's a reason why it's at 100 to 1. But if you want to have a little fun, it's not impossible to see them put on the softs right at the end of the session just to try to beat everyone's time. They've done it, twice or three times this year. And we've actually capitalized on that on a live bet one time this year. So,
yeah. What about you, Chris? Anything on your end?
I mean, I gave it a 50. I don't think I need to get any crazier than that.
Yeah.
I'm spinning wheels on bets, man.
I mean, that's that was a pretty wild one. I haven't seen that one before, so hopefully it cashes. Renegade, what about you, my man? Anything else? Any long shots?
Maybe if it's wet qualifying, I'd say just go for anyone that's not maxed. Well, not anyone, but maybe like Leclerc or Sainz. Sainz got pole last year in the wet. Could do it again.
Yuki.
Ferrari seems okay in the wet. Yeah.
Yuki, yeah. I'm not gonna touch a bet on him for at least a few races.
Gasly. Are we all gonna go through?
Yeah, Gasly.
Yeah, you guys are flirting with it, man. Gasly is pain sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
And what's the weather looking like, Capper? Have you seen the forecast for the weekend? I know you guys posted on the Discord, but I've been out all day, so I haven't had a chance to look at it.
Friday looks good so far. And then Saturday, I think it was Saturday FP3, and maybe could even go on into the afternoon. There is even potential for like heavy thunderstorms. So, or that's right now. I looked at it as FP3. It says that, and then qualifying about 40% chance. So Saturday could have the wet qualifying, like Renegade was saying, and that's probably the opportunity to, things get crazy, chaos.
Yeah.
So.
I wanted to ask you guys for a future bet that we discussed earlier in the week in the Discord about Mercedes to win a race this year. And so I was looking at the odds earlier on, and I think Jinxie, he sent it in the Discord. To win a race, no is at -110, and yes is at -128. What are your thoughts on that? Do you expect to see Mercedes to win a race this year? This is a future bet, of course.
Oh, man.
They won't.
No, I mean, obviously anything's possible, but I think they just need so many things to happen their way, or that do happen. Like
Both
I would say
the
they're
Red
almost
Bulls.
battling both Red Bulls, Ferraris. I don't know. It's just.
I think and then you got Alonso and Aston Martin, right? Like that's just another variable to throw in there because, last year they won Interlagos, but now plug in Alonso in that Aston Martin, he would have such a great chance there compared to, so who knows?
And maybe even McLaren. I mean, it'd be a surprise if McLaren were suddenly in the top, part of the top teams, but they finished in front, and Norris finished in front of Hamilton and Alonso in Austria. So we'll see if it's a fluke or not this race.
Yeah, I think that it's going to be more challenging in that sense. Do they have a car that's capable at some of these tracks? Probably, but also Red Bull is the gap is even larger from what they've done last year, right? So like they're much stronger this year than they were last year, and the one track they won at was they may lose at it. So yeah,
in Brazil. And that brings me to the other one, which is Fernando Alonso to win a race or not this year. if you had, let's say, $200 laying around, would you bet it? The odds were yes was -105 and no was -133. What are your
I'd take
thoughts?
the no.
I'd take the no. If
No.
it was, not at -105, no, I'm not falling for that.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
I don't like. I'm not a big fan of those bets, but
Yeah, I also
it-
I need something a little more worth my while than that.
yeah, I don't want to sit on a, $200, $500 bet for like 6 months at -120. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I'm
what's
looking at
happening?
this
What are we
right
doing
now.
here?
You can get Max to win, Perez podium, Norris and Yuki points for plus 2,200. That seems
Yeah.
more likely than.
I mean, I'll sit on it, but it's just I might as well just really be sure about it and have like $1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the one thing this weekend. I don't know if you guys saw, but in the Discord we talked about Alex Albon, and there was a error on the sportsbook side. And if you're able to, if you were in the Discord, you probably caught it in time. And they had Alex Albon to get on podium at -110, and I know that in less than 24 hours, the books realized that they made a mistake. Bets are still active on my side, at least. So we bet no, because in order for the Williams to get on the podium, you need to have Red Bull, Ferrari, Mercedes, Alpine, Aston Martin, all DNF.
See, that's one I can definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can get behind that one.
I am fine with that one and laying it down on that, but like
But there's also a reason why it's not there anymore.
yeah,
Yes.
the Aston Martin one, the Hamilton one, no interest in playing those.
Yeah, well,
No.
the Mercedes is both. It's either or, Russell or Hamilton. So, all right, guys. Well, I think that we'll close it here. I hope everybody has a good race weekend and their bets go their way. And again, a community bet is going to be posted on Sunday. I want to say the voting will start on Saturday afternoon in North America time. And we're going to close it like about an hour before the race. So please, if you're not in the Discord, get in there, vote for your favorite player of the weekend. And hopefully we improve to 8-2 this weekend. And I hope you guys have a good one.
All right, man.
See you guys.
Thanks.
Cheers.
See ya.